Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 9 of Tilted PodQuest. I'm your host, Paul Michael, joined as always by Alex.
Hey guys.
So we have, it's been a bit of a slowdown since our last podcast. Neither of us has really had much in the way of published articles, at least on Multiplayer First. But we have been busy with other aspects of I guess, our nerd or geek culture that we're kind of tying into here. So first up would be the big major motion picture that's coming out soon, Tron Ares, the third movie in the franchise, and it's coming out on the 10th, I think, is the official release date. But naturally, we got an invite to a advanced screening, so yours truly will actually be seeing it on this coming Tuesday. I'm actually bringing a friend because Alex couldn't make it, to get time off work because it's at noon, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be a Q&A session including Jeff Bridges, so that'll be fun. Followed by a screening of the movie. So
yeah, if you guys don't know who Jeff Bridges is, just think of, I believe he was in Iron Man 1.
Well, he was also in Tron.
Yeah, he was also in Tron too, but
Iron Man though, he's the main bad guy there,
yeah. I couldn't make it. It's Tuesday, work day. I already took a day off just to go. Following news, we're going to be reviewing one of headphones from Scuff.
Right.
SCUF, I believe, is the company.
Yeah, Scuff. They're more familiar. They're more famous for making gaming controllers.
Yeah, so you'll hear about that after our visit from there. But yeah, right now it's Tron. So in about 2 days, Paul Michael is gonna go watch it and let me know about it. But I definitely want to watch it too. I watched the last one. And I'm familiar about the Tron universe. I didn't watch the older versions one. I watched a bit of the animated series, and Tron 2010, around the 2010, and
Tron Legacy,
Tron Legacy, and I really want to watch this, but time didn't permit me to do so. But I know, Paul Michael, you're probably excited too, right?
Yeah.
Are you a huge Tron fan?
I mean, not huge. Like I do definitely like it. The friend that I am bringing, I don't know if he wants his name said here, but he's a huge Tron guy. So the second I saw an opportunity, and like my wife was like, "Well, you can take him because I'm not a big Tron person." I'm like, we can take him. So there's also gonna be something with what to do with the album. I don't know, the invite wasn't totally clear, but I know the Nine Inch Nails album will be played, I think, maybe there. So that was another surprise, which is, I know enough about Tron, like the last movie, Legacy, the soundtrack was done by Daft Punk of all people, which it felt like it came out of left field, but also was really fittingly, like it just fit the whole vibe of that series perfectly, and the Nine Inch Nails album, I've listened to it once so far, and at first it had this weird kind of intro that I wasn't really too sold on, but I'm sure it'll grow on me over time, and the rest of it was just really, really good. It sounded like Tron mixed with industrial metal that Nine Inch Nails is known for.
I guess it depends on where they take the series from or where they left the series off of, because it's been a while since Tron Legacy. It's like, what, 10 years now apart?
15.
15, wow. So I believe the next, I don't want to spoil too much for people who didn't watch some of the animated stuff or know about it, but I believe it's left off where Clue, I'm pretty sure Clue died, but there's a nerd character in there that that's referenced in Tron that believed to have died. I think he went rogue. He went psycho, and then he's coming back. I forgot. It's like Clyde or something. Klein. Starts with a C. But whatever it is. Just wait for us to preview, or actually, you're probably gonna do a review on that on Tron.
On the movie, yeah, I don't know that we do too many movies on Multiplayer First, but I know, like, on our own websites, I could probably post it there, or we could post a link to it, maybe with this podcast, if I happen to write through it. So that's another interesting thing, and sometimes, I'm not really much of a movie buff, but, like, in the games industry, for instance, when a publisher gives you a game ahead of time, it's an unspoken rule, at least I've found, that the longer of a time that you have between when you got the release versus when the release date is, or the embargo is, the better. Like, the more time that they give you, the better. So when there's no restrictions, it's an even better sign. Like for instance, God of War, back when they did the remake on the PS4, I got that code a full month ahead of release, and that's how confident I think Sony was in that game. I ended up giving it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Like, it was, basically almost a perfect game. And in this case, the Tron advanced screener doesn't have any embargo. So as soon as I've seen the movie, I can put up a review.
Yeah. Oof.
So that's a good sign, yeah. I think Disney's pretty confident here.
Yeah, if you guys don't see it on Multiplayer First, we do have in our media website more catered more towards honest review too on anything that not a lot of people would like to touch on. So check that out, saucestudios.net. But our official reviews are on multiplayer first. Speaking of that, we recently we talked about last time Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So it's a retro 8-bit type style game, probably more vamped up. It's no longer 8-bit. I think it's like 64-bit, so to speak. It's a fun game. It's if you ever love to go to arcade games and play those 25 cents fighting games, Street Fighters, Gauntlet, the works. It's a really nice game. It's a throwback to that time where you're a kid. And surprisingly, get this, Tilted was the arcade name. that was in San Diego. When I first went to in Mission Valley, it was very old. It got taken down because times changed. But yeah, those times were fun. I love the game. So they're gonna be coming out with up to 15 characters, I believe. So far there's only like 9 or 10. My favorite being Venom and Cyvel. I think that's how you say her name.
Oh, Sybil. Probably Sybil.
Sybil?
I think so.
Yeah, so her name is like 2 words. But anyways, it's very fun. I loved it. I would definitely recommend it on my part. I gave it like I believe 9 out of 10. 9 point. Oh, well, it's a preview. So
if I feel like you're gonna give it,
I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. There are like some stuff that I would suggest it being refined more. However, it's a solid game already. I really love it. And for those who want to sit back with friends and stuff, this game will be definitely for you guys too.
Cool. Yeah, I know some other reviews that are oh, actually, I should have mentioned, but there was a video game that they did for Tron back then called Tron Catalyst. Yeah, it was called Tron Catalyst. I had a review for that. Maybe we can work that in somewhere.
Yeah, if we have a B-roll on, if we still have the B-roll, we'll post it up. You guys are probably watching that B-roll right now. Speaking of B-rolls, all the videos that you see on here are basically B-rolls or press kits from various publishers that allow us to post it online for you guys to watch. We don't. We're still working on the PodQuest podcast ideas on what to do as we advance along. But season 1 is basically low key. We're just gonna throw up some B-rolls, but down the road we're probably gonna put more, I would say, professional work in. Have a more professional setting. Right now we're in a small room, but yeah.
Well, the reason why we're recording right now anyway is we're headed to pinball. So we could recap last week. So the week before last week was off, but last week we actually had a tournament play, I guess you call it, a round. Yeah, this was week 6. We're now headed to week 7. Week 6 almost went perfectly for me. I had, let's see, there's 6 games every night, as a reminder. And the first game, so I was in a group of 3, right? We're typically given in groups of 4. Only this past week, we had, my group was a group of 3 with a play ahead, meaning somebody went ahead of time and played all the games or all the games that they could solo and just wrote their scores down as they earned them. Kind of on your honor, to be honest. But instead, a staff member named Ryan joined us. So he completely demolished all of us. But his score didn't mean anything, right? He wasn't in the tournament. He was just playing for fun. But whether he was a good luck charm or what, the first game was Houdini, and I did not great, but it turns out my not great still beat the play ahead, so I ended up 3rd in that game. And that was my lowest score of the night. The rest of my 5 tables, I won all of them.
Yeah, you scored like what, 30 points? 38. 38, yeah. So that's, I think 42 was the max.
Yeah, a perfect game would be, because the points are kind of like Mario Kart. It's first place gets 7, second it's 7, 5, 3, 1, right? So follows in that regard. So 7 times 5 or 6 gives you 42. Yeah, so I was 4 points off from a perfect night.
Yeah, my night wasn't that great. I'm still against. I'm pretty sure I'm now at a correct group, but most of my group has been playing really heavily. Like all of them are like competitive or have been played like for 10 years or so. So I'm like the lone sheep of the group. But I got like 20 points, so it's not too bad. I try to do great, but trust me when I say this is everyone who's there, like half the group, are really good at pinball, like extremely good at pinball. Cause me and you, it's only been our first, maybe second year of pinball.
Yeah,
so
I
far.
guess it was August 2024. Then
So
we went to DEF CON. So
yeah, it's about 1 year of playing pinball. So
yeah,
we're still not. We understand some of the fundamentals, but we're still not there yet. We're still learning.
yeah,
But this is week 7. We're gonna be playing a bit more, and then I believe next week is off, and then the final week, the week after that will be our final. So we'll let you know our results. But we're just hoping to make it to the top 4 to not play for about a good hour.
yeah. What he's referring to is if you on finals. This happened to me 2 seasons ago, actually. If you place in the top 4 of your division when your divisions are sorted, then you show up to finals and you don't play for like an hour and a half as the rest of the field works themselves out, and others get eliminated until finally there's a top 8. And then at that point, depending on your position, you still may not play all that much. Like in my case, I ended up being seeded first for the lowest division, and I didn't play basically the entire night until finals. And then at that point, it was still a double elimination because I guess the games that I did play, I won. So then at the very last round, it was me versus the guy in second. Second place had to beat me twice. I only had to beat him once.
Oh wow!
But it didn't help. He was typically one. He's typically one division above where he ended up that night. So he was much better than I was, and it still only came down to like 1 or 2 bad balls. Is what it came down to.
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons. Like one is you can arrive late. You'll have like full stomach and stuff. The problem is you don't have that warm up.
No,
But
yeah. I mean, if it happens again, I'm still going to show up on time anyway.
But yeah, I talked to someone about warm up. It's like they're saying that usually warm up is all where all your luck comes in, and then after warm up is like it's like you're playing shit after that point. So I don't know. I feel like it works sometimes in our favor, and sometimes it works against us. But we'll let you guys know about after this week, and then yeah, finals is before Halloween, and we'll probably skip podcast during the Halloween week. Because, we'll be busy celebrating with the family and stuff. So, we'll return back after November. And I believe we'll probably skip Thanksgiving, too.
Yeah, the holidays are usually kind of sparse. We're all busy doing our own thing, seeing family and exchanging gifts and all that. But that's thankfully not for a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
But before we transition off of pinball, there's a strategy of if you do lose, what tables are you considering to play?
So, my 2 tables I mentioned last time is John Wick. Is a really fast-paced game, but they updated the code. So
yeah, they did.
I probably want to try playing John Wick again, or right when we get there. So
yeah, that helped me. I didn't get it this last week. I'm looking at the games we did play, but I remember the last time we played John Wick, I was not having a great night, but on John Wick I did very well. So
yeah, like the last 2 times I played John Wick, I got like second place. So it's a solid game where I'm confident I can stay there. So John Wick. And Total Annihilation is the second game where if I just want to literally bring everyone down with me, Total Annihilation. But the problem is, if you go first, which everyone will probably will send you first if you pick the game, is you try not to load both balls in for the multi-ball.
Yeah, the multi-ball can be stolen because there are these. The way that you trigger the main multi-ball is you shoot up this lane that has these walls, and when you shoot up the ball, it gets trapped in the wall. But it's a relatively easy shot to hit, but at the same time, if you miss it by a small fraction of an inch, then you're trapped in the lower playfield, and it's very quick. So it's often the case that you'll get those first 2 balls stuck in there, and then you can't hit the third for whatever reason, and then the next player, all they have to do is hit it once, and they unlock the multi-ball for essentially nothing.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction is my third game I would say that I do really well with. The problem is it's a 60-40. I could say Attack on Mars or Medieval Night, but even then, or is it Medieval Night? Is it
Medieval Madness?
Yeah, Medieval Madness. Sorry, Attack on Mars.
Also, TNA stands for Total Nuclear Annihilation, and it also has the acronym of TNA, which is fun.
Yeah. But Attack on Mars and Medieval Madness are the 2 games that I do really well on. But however, anybody can do well on that. So
yeah, they are kind of easier tables, but they're also really old tables. So like, I know for instance, I've had Medieval Madness on my phone forever because the Williams collection of pinball tables, which is on Android and I assume also iOS, they give you they give you your first table for free, just like any good drug dealer. And I ended up in what they want you to do is spend extra money to unlock the tables, but you can also just grind it out. So guess what I did? Because I grew up on Pokemon. I grinded it out. I unlocked all the tables on their game, and it all started with Medieval Madness. Yeah. So I really know that table. But it's one thing to really know the table virtually, and it's another to play it entirely. Because when you play it in person, like the table is old, so the play field has like this slight warp in the middle. So sometimes you hit it in the wrong spot, and it won't go in the shot that you were trying to get to. But I mean, as long as the flippers are responsive enough that it doesn't, nothing's sticking, then it's usually okay. It just means you might have to pay attention a little harder and like tilt, tilt without tilting, I guess.
Yeah. And then
nudge the table.
And then before we leave, I want to put on news. I think I saw our new article on a new pinball. So have you ever watched Little Big China?
Mm-mm.
No? So the next pinball table, I'm not sure if it's Jersey Jack. I'm pretty sure it's probably Jersey Jack. But Little Big China is the next pinball table. But I haven't read it. I just scrolled through and I saw the name of it. But I don't know much about it. But it might be the next pinball table for the upcoming next year.
Well, I haven't seen too many of Jersey Jack's tables at even Revenge of. I know, like, they seem to me, at least, like, whenever I hear these other pinball fanatics at these tournaments talking about it, they don't tend to hold Jersey Jack in such high regard as, like, Stern or, well, I guess it's just Stern. I don't really know the other companies right now that are actively producing physical tables, because there's a whole lot of engineering that goes into these tables, and it's very hard to get right. And when you get it wrong, the fans of the hobby don't they don't really, like, they have very high standards, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, was Jersey Jack Dune? I like Dune, but the gameplay was not great. I didn't like that table. Like, everything was all shoved up on the upper table and like very to the side, so like there's not much going on in the middle.
Yeah.
To the very lower playfield,
and quick drains.
Yeah, quick drains, and that makes me appreciate Avatar slightly more.
Right.
Even though I hate Avatar, because I can't really hit anything, and it's really hard to play. But Dune, even though simple, I appreciate it. I just wish there was a bit more. I think if they recall Dune and revise it a bit more, I think that would be the best game.
That's funny though you brought up Avatar, because I remember when that game was new, and a lot of people said they didn't like it, but now whenever I hear people talk about it, they're talking about it better. They're like, oh, I figured out Avatar and this. So
yeah, I still don't like Avatar. Like, there's still a lot more nuance that I still know, but like I said, I haven't played it much. But Dune, I do appreciate it. I do know a couple things here and there, much better than Avatar, but I just wish it felt more. I don't know. I wish there was a bit more going on. However, that was my take. I'm not bashing on Jersey Jack. I do love Jersey Jack's pinball. Some of them, I just wish there was a bit more.
Yeah, sure. Well, my strategy for if I miss a round or two will be, I'll definitely also do John Wick, but I'll also do, because it seems to serve me well, X-Men.
X-Men, oh yeah.
Uncanny, I think it's called Uncanny X-Men, right?
Yeah.
And that one's got that danger zone that I end up in a lot, but I seem to be able to get out of it no problem. And probably also 007. 007 seems to serve me well too.
Yeah, that game's a classic. I don't think I ever had a bad ball in that game.
Right.
But like, it's still, even then, it's still difficult to get those multi-ball. But no, yeah, I do agree on the 007. But I think we are running out of time, guys.
Yep, we got to head over to the tournament. So wish us luck, and thanks as always for tuning in. For now, this is Paul, Michael, and Alex saying see you next week.
Bye, guys.